and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show streaming on WRMN Radio. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for being a part of the show, those of you that are already over there. We are not on the AM dial today, so you get a Free Speech Friday panel, all YouTube. That's right. If you are here now or if you are rewatching the show, please, down there at the bottom, there is one that says like and one that says subscribe. Please hit both of them. Change the color. Make it pop at you. And what's really cool is on the YouTube side of things, down at the bottom, when I say that, at least once, when I say like and subscribe, they actually like jingle at you too. They like, it's crazy what they're able to do with AI technologies. So just like all of the Free Speech Fridays that we've got here, we've got a Free Speech Friday panel, and let me introduce them to you. Hello, Free Speech Friday panel. We've got Adam Polly over there on the side, Cecilia Brooks, and David Tees. Thank you very much for being here, Free Speech Friday panel.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. It is cool to be here only on the YouTube side, even though it is a Free Speech Friday panel. Let me pull up both of us. There it is. They've been shuffling my stuff. Let's wait for a little bit while people kind of come in, but let's introduce ourselves a little bit. Mr. Polly, this is the first time you've been here on the Apolitical Talk Show, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you for having me on your program. My name's Adam Polly. I'm from Aurora. I'm the Vice President of the Regional Board of School Trustees. I just got done being its president for 2 years. Was the youngest person in Illinois history to lead one of those bodies. I've been doing government work for 8 years, elected and appointed. I do a lot of work with mental health and addiction, the Mental Health Board, the Overdose Task Force, the Case Review Board, and I also volunteer for the coroner's office too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Civic responsibility must be a very integral part of your personality then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. A big part of it, right? That's the way to do it, is to have that. A civic Republican as well, want to commend you for that. We have to be involved. We have to make sure that we are letting our voices be heard. And a voice we haven't heard here on Free Speech Friday for a little bit is Cecilia Brooks. Thank you very much for being here, Cecilia.
Thank you for having me. It's been way too long.
Oh, exactly. You need to come in a bit more often, but you are still moving and shaking in the political realm. You haven't hang up the skates or anything like that yet. So what have you been working on politically?
So never going to hang up the skates for me. Very much staying on that. And, I've been keeping busy a lot, doing a lot of work with our Young Republicans. So we are preparing for our Young Republican National Convention. And that is going to be in the last weekend of July in Nashville. So every single Young Republican across the country is going to be convening upon Nashville, and where we will elect a new board for the entire National Federation of Young Republicans.
That's fantastic. And to wrap it up, the Mr. Vice President, what have you been working on here, Vice President Mr. Tees?
Well, helping out Donald Puckett with GEAR, Greater Elgin Area Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about when the next and where in media is. I got the flyer for that. We're doing something a little new. We're going to go start out at another little group is going to be called Hispanic Republican Coalition, and we're going to go out to start it in Cartersville on July 23rd at Village Pizza in Cartersville on Route 25 at 6 o'clock, I believe. I got that flyer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go out and talk to the Hispanic community and talk to them about how to become a PC on either party, what people in there to talk to them about where it led to us. Mm-hmm. Maybe it could lead to you guys to a future, running for school board, library board, all types of organizations you get involved in. So it's going to be educational and fun.
Fantastic. I'm glad you're all here with me. And for all of you who continue to tell me that I'm just a dirty liberal over here, I have brought on 3 people who So hopefully the third will be my friend here soon. But three people that have, you've all been members of the Kane County Republicans,
Yes.
right?
Formerly, yeah.
Correct. yes.
Exactly. But you've all been members of it. See, so take that, please. Come on. Somebody the other day called me. They were like, "If you don't like the bill, just go ahead and say you're a liberal and be done with it." And I'm like, "Look, I don't have to be a liberal to not like the bill. There's a lot of things that you should not like in this thing either." But the good things of it, I really appreciated the at least the foot in the door of the taxes for tips and overtime. Now, obviously, there's a cap on that. I don't think anybody really would like that so much, but there is a cap on it. But it is a foot in the door. It was so well received from the Republican Party that the Democratic Party took that on for their campaign as well. Are there more things that we can all agree on if we actually start looking at the people to help as opposed to the people that that continuously be helped? Do we have more in common? Can we actually do this with more things that we have policy-wise together if we actually look at each other? Adam, I'll let you go first.
That's a great question, and I think that both parties are fundamentally flawed with the fact that they're not able to be the adults in the room. You've got things like the Democrat Party where they're out there and they're protesting and things like that. You weren't elected to protest, you were elected to govern. So you need to come to the table with constructive criticism and say, here's what we like about the bill, here's what we don't like about the bill. We're willing to sit down to the negotiating table and work something out with you. That's how it's supposed to work anyway.
Cecilia, is it because it's easier just to pick a topic, pick my team, and then just go, you know what, cool, I'm done. Now I'll go back to watching Netflix?
Yes, I think it unfortunately is easier. And I do think that that's why a lot of our elected officials, similar to what Adam said, are not focusing on actually governing the people or even just prioritizing beneficial policy, implementing that for the rest of the country. And we're all paying the price for it. I do think that Democrats and Republicans inherently have a lot more to agree on than disagree on. I mean, there's a ton of things, right? Keeping our taxes low. Nobody is advocating for high taxation, at least not in my opinion. The majority of people do not want that. Again, safe immigration policies, and immigration reform, as well as term limits, right? I think that's a bipartisan issue, hands down.
Absolutely. Mr. Tees, Bob Dylan said, better get out of the way. If you don't go with us or you don't move with us, something along those lines. I can't remember it 100%. But don't stand in the way, don't block up the hall, right? Are we going to see minds change or are we going to see bodies change?
We're going to see bodies change. Minds aren't going to change. They all have their narrative on both sides of the party, and they're going to keep fighting. And well, we're going to see bodies change. And like we talked about just a while ago, now we have a Republican House and Senate and a Republican president. It always does change in 2 years, so we'll have to stay tuned and see what happens. But yeah, we're going to see some bodies change, and I hope it's all for the better.
I want to talk a little bit about the Democratic Party too, because we've brought it up a few times in here because it's both parties, and both parties seem to be losing their core base right now. The Democrats and Republicans or MAGA or anything else, all the parties are in turmoil. And I don't know what's going to happen in 28 or even close to it. We're trying to even get to 26. But a poll recently, it looks like Marquette Law School poll came out. This was actually back in May that they did the poll, and the research is finally coming out. But it found out that many Democrats within the party think the party is woke and weak. Do you guys see that in that way? Where the I guess the internal turmoil come in? Is this part of it here? You're part of the or recently joining the Kane County Dems there, Adam. What do you see with the Democratic Party right now?
I think that the Democrat Party is trying to find its voice at the moment. They are kind of reeling from 2024.
Do you think they would be pulled somewhere else, or were using somebody else's voice at the time?
Not necessarily. I
Okay.
think that they're trying to find their footing. What happened in 24? They spent like, what, $1 billion?
$1 billion, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't work. A lot of the things that they did didn't work. And so now they're trying to really look and reevaluate, you know, what is our voice? What are we advocating for? And I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the turmoil in the Democratic Party is the party's trying to figure out what it is and what it stands for generally.
David, did they overcorrect on their wokeness? Did they just go too woke for broke, like kind of thing? Like they just went too far, and then it's just the rest of the party? Or do you think they're using this as a reason of why the party lost instead of pointing fingers at Harris and Biden?
Yeah, I think they went way too woke.
Okay.
Some of this stuff was just outrageous, what they were doing in the schools, the libraries, out there on the streets. It doesn't look like, you know, the Democrat Party a long time ago was a more sensible party. And now all of a sudden, they just seem to go off hinge and just everything's about protest, violence, woke. I just can't, it's just not a recognizable party anymore.
It's very true. Cecilia, do you recognize any party?
Great question. So I think the most disappointing thing for me as a traditional conservative and a constitutionalist is understanding, okay, the part that kills me is getting called a rhino within my own party when, in fact, I've never claimed to be a MAGA Republican. I've never been a MAGA Republican. I've never claimed to be. And at times, there have been plenty of times in the past that President Trump has done things that I am very proud of and that I do approve of. And that's why I ended up voting for him the first 2 times. However, I also think it's important to distinguish the times that our elected officials are not advocating for causes that we believe in. And I think that it's extremely important to be holding our elected officials accountable. And so I feel like there's this huge divide, especially I can speak to particularly within the Republican Party. You have, it's essentially, in my opinion, been taken over by MAGA Republicans. And these MAGA Republicans are saying this is the only way, Trump is the only way, the only word that matters. And I don't personally agree with that. I defend the Constitution no matter who sits in the Oval Office. So when it gets to the point that there are potential constitutional violations and things like that, I think it's extremely important that we call out the members of our own party and say that this has got to stop. Enough is enough. But I don't think that there are enough people, or very few and far between amounts of people within the Republican Party that are willing to say, hey, enough is enough, or this isn't right, and I need to stand up and advocate against that. But nobody is willing to stand up to Trump.
I agree with you on that one, because there's a lot of people that don't even want to stand up to the institutionalists or the people who are inside the party anyway, because they get the purse strings, right? What do you think? Mitch McConnell has been there forever. The guy's he handles the money, right? Most of the money that comes in through the Republican Party goes through him in some sort of way. But I think that's where we've got to kind of move away from the campaigning of the boogeyman and move more towards policy. I think that's where where all parties are starting to fall in any kind of capacity, especially for the fact that our rhetoric in our campaigning is not coming to fruition. I hear a lot of promises made, promises kept, and a lot of them are promises that shouldn't have been promises to begin with. We talk about 90 deals in 90 days. We talk about the big one, the big Epstein side of things. I think there are so many different rakes that have been stepped on that have purposely been laid out for this administration that they could have just said nothing and been better at it. What do you all think about this? Let's just hit the biggest topic right now of the Epstein files. We hear a lot of it, and for me, there's a lot of 2 sides to this thing. when we look at the directors of the FBI, both the current and the deputy director, they have built a career on talking about the Epstein files, talking about how if you, in fact, that may be the reason that they are the FBI director and assistant director, is because of the Epstein file stuff and how much everybody wanted it. Now we turn around and, oh, there's nothing. So then we get the lying then, lying now type of side to things. Is this another one of those back and forths of they were just doing it to get the job, and then once they're in office, then we've got to play by the rules again? I mean, you can look at all kinds of people, and if I know if you want another example, AOC did a lot of that too. She campaigned a lot on getting billionaires and millionaires out of Congress, and yeah, she talks a lot, but other things that are out there. So talk about this a little bit there, David, with these promises. Was it just flash and buy the subscription Alex Jones stuff, and now it's, well, you know what, maybe we did a little bit, go a little bold.
The Epstein files was all leverage. It was leverage for both parties, you know.
Yeah.
If you sit there and think about it, why all of a sudden is Chief Justice Roberts, siding with, Trump and all that stuff? Is he on the list? Is he not on the list? It's in now, the list disappears. I just basically think that the whole entire file with the names and everything else on there should be public. We should know who's on there. We all have a feeling who's on there, but we need to see the proof. I think this all became leverage for the Republican Party, and to say, hey, this is how the game's going to go, or else you're going to be exposed. And I personally think that's what had to be done. And it's a dark side, but it's a dark side being well played.
Adam, justice delayed is justice denied, right? If we continuously keep pushing it back and back, this is objectively the Trump administration and Trump family's MO. Keep pushing it, bury the evidence, don't look at it. Oh, too late. Now it doesn't matter if the evidence comes out. Oh, I'm already president, or you know what I mean? They wait for it. That's why we had 4 years of an investigation to get nothing. Again, it's another thing that if we would just hurry up the investigation, then we don't have conspiracy theories anymore. We actually have the proof. Is this another one of those things that kicking the can down the road is just going to make it worse?
I think that the investigation needs to be done the right way, and that takes time. But our Attorney General also said, oh, the list is on my desk. She went and she said that. So if it's there, we need to be open and transparent about that.
Kash Patel said the list existed.
If the list exists, it needs to be out there. People deserve to know. It needs to be done the right way. It can't just be done willy-nilly. But we need to identify who those bad actors are. Human trafficking is one of the worst things that exist, and that's what was happening.
Absolutely.
I worked out of Stephanie Kifwitz's office, and one of the things we worked on was human trafficking. It's taught about in the schools now. And it needs to be brought to light, and the people who did these things, especially the kids, need to be brought to justice. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and it's time to do that. If it's on our Attorney General's desk, she needs to release that. That is her duty. She took an oath to the Constitution, and she needs to follow our laws as the chief law person in our country.
For justice, right?
Well, there's a rumor out there, and I'm trying to find out if it's true or not. They're saying that Epstein was a CIA informant, and he was set up to do all this, to catch all these people doing these things. Is it true? Is it not? Is it another conspiracy? So that's something to think about too.
Well, Acosta got him, and Acosta was Secretary of Transportation, I think is what he was. Well, Acosta at the time in the early 2000s had gotten him what's called a prosecutorial agreement.
Exactly.
Which means that he essentially went to jail for a couple months, but was out of jail 6 days out of the week. for everything that he got for that. And it was Alexander Acosta, right? That got that for him. And so the only way that you get an NPA like that is if you can argue something. And Acosta said that there was something that let him do. Now, obviously, he can't. Even when you're deceased, your lawyer cannot say things about you.
Right.
It's the lawyer confidentiality goes after your past too. So we see it, that's on there. But again, this is another one of those things, just like the insurrection, just like the documents, just like everything else. If we just have the damn trial and the evidence, then we can all stop talking about it. Just let it happen, let it go, take your whippings for it if you have to get punished, and then be done with it. It's just, I don't know. Do you see it like this, Cecilia, that is this a misdirection? Is it a failure? Is it a cover-up? I mean, it's either a cover-up or it is incompetency. I mean, those are really the only options that we have left.
So I don't defend people from the truth ever. And I would say at this point that it is a cover up because there's absolutely no reason, right? To Adam's point, this is about safety. This is about the transparency and the faith that we have or lack thereof. It's getting to be in our federal government. We elected these people based off of these promises. And in my opinion, it's not only a huge slap in the face to the American people, but it's also we do deserve to know the truth. And there is no reason under the sun that this would not be released, especially when we have had elected officials and appointed officials within the federal government saying that they do have it, that this list does exist. So now you cannot
from multiple administrations, too,
right,
not just this one.
Right. So you cannot go back and say, well, no, now it doesn't. It doesn't exist. So you're not going to gaslight the American people and then just assume they're dumb. And like I said, back to the can't defend somebody from the truth. There is zero excuse for incompetency. I do believe that in general, most people know exactly what they're doing when it has malicious intent. And I would say the same for this administration currently. And it's wrong, to say the least.
Well, go ahead. Yeah.
If I may, if you release all the documents that you have, then there's no conspiracy, there's no nothing, because it's all there. It's all out there. So this is about transparency. This is about doing the job that you did for the American people and closing that credibility gap. We've been talking about the credibility gap for years.
Promises made, promises kept would be better. So stick around. We're just going to take a quick break, reset everything over here. When we come back, we're going to talk about probable cause and do ICE officers need it? Well, Tom Homan, the immigration czar, he says no. Ooh, okay. We'll see what the Constitution and the panel has to say when we come back here. Stick around, only about 90 seconds. You're listening to A Political Talk Show on WRMN.
Looking for an affordable dentist close to home? Bender Dental Care in Elgin offers new patient specials from $29, including x-rays, a regular cleaning, and exam. Senior discounts, a no insurance discount plan, and care credit financing. Bender Dental Care is a full-service family dentist with an outstanding 5-star Google rating. To find out more, call us at 847-888-4333. Bender Dental Care, affordable dentistry, close to home.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
Welcome back to a political talk show on WRMN. We appreciate you being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe. There's an alert bell too in case you ever wanted to be notified of anything that happens over here on the old WRMN side of things. If you like podcasts, well, guess what? You're in luck. A Political Talk Show has one of those. Go to your favorite podcasting platform and type in A Political Talk Show. All 4 words right there, because we strive to be the most generic political talk show in the entire world. So if you were walking down the grocery aisle and you were going to pick political talk shows, and some of them have stars and stripes and confetti, and others have a sequence or flashy lights and all of that, you would see a purple can, white lettering down in the corner, A Political Talk Show, as generic as you can possibly get. Go ahead and spread the word that A Political Talk Show is around. We want to make sure that we have a platform for every single political party person to jump into. If you start listening to some stations, start listening to some shows, they're just going to beat you up and kick you away instead of indulging your ideas and letting your ideas thrive or fail in the marketplace of ideas. So joining us is Mr. Adam Pauly. Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Thank you.
We've also got David Tees. Cecilia Brooks is around here somewhere.
She went across the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She went across the street. I think she's hungry.
Okay. Well, you know what? It is just a YouTube day today. So that's why you got a shorter commercial break over there. So don't forget, like and subscribe and all of that. The phone lines are still open, though. 847-931-1410. Or you can text 505-926-1410. That's also open as well. Earlier this morning, the morning show had a bunch of pictures of pets. It was a whole bunch of people just sending in their doggos and all of their different pets that were in there. You were listening this morning. You called in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I got to say something.
Yeah.
And Elliot and Susie are just gelling. They're running a great morning show. There's a lot of fun stuff they talk about, and each day is a different adventure with them. I mean, they got some topics, and
that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, it is. It's like you're waking up to a new adventure with Elliot and Susie C in the mornings. But Thursday, putting something in Elliot's mouth is fun. I think it's fun because he's starting to scare me because he's liking some of this stuff. Like last week was the grass soda.
Yeah.
I did not like it. He actually liked it. And then I wasn't here for this. I didn't.
Pickle cotton candy was the other one that was there. Yeah. My goodness.
And then they got on a table next to the Elliot, put in his mouth pig now, is the fried chicken candy.
Oh, that stuff is so gross.
Did you try it?
Yeah,
I ain't doing it.
yeah.
No.
Supposedly, I had it in the longest, and I didn't realize that everybody else spit it out. Like here in my Midwest manners, I'm just suffering, going. They gave me this food. I already put it in my mouth. I can't just spit it out.
I'm bringing one home for my daughter, Katrina, because she's dying to try one.
Yeah.
She puts anything in her mouth.
So it's a hard candy too, so you can smash it and hand out a couple other pieces. Nobody will eat a whole piece.
Yeah, there you go,
Trust me.
Adam. It's in that container right there.
You won't get a whole. Just smell that container, Adam. It's bad.
And then but we got.
Nobody ever tells you, hey, smell this when it's good, right? It's always here. Smell this. It smells bad. Like, no, it smells bad. Why would you make me do that?
I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm going to bring one home for you, Katrina, and so that way you could try that. Today I got my Uncle Bill is listening because Cecilia Brooks is back on, and he likes Cecilia Brooks. My Aunt Debbie and my mom are all actually watching on their big screen TVs and getting ready for. Hopefully we don't get bad weather today, but I think we're going to get it. But that being said, it's still hot and humid out there right now.
Yeah, that humidity is cranking, which is where I think we're definitely gonna get some rain.
We did get much needed rain last night and throughout the night, and we really did need this rain bad because I'm waiting for my Klein's corn to come out here pretty soon. I'm waiting for that sign that says corn at Klein's.
There you go. So let's jump into the other side of these things here. We'll wait for Cecilia to come in, and maybe we'll recap or do something like that. But Tom Holman, Trump administration's immigration czar, claimed ICE officers do not need probable cause to briefly detain and question individuals based on personal appearance. And that was based off of it. That was the probable cause was the personal appearance. The only centered publication that put anything into it was The Hill, and I absolutely adore The Hill, especially because of this. This wasn't reported on the center outside of The Hill. It wasn't reported on the right, the lean right, the far right, nothing on the right. They wanted to say anything about this. But there were a flood of left, not leaning left, solid left publications for this that are absolutely blowing up about probable cause and not being able to do it. The problem with this is, and there's a reason why the center and a bunch of other people didn't touch this, is it is an incredibly gray area. If you are a citizen, you do not have to present your ID to anybody. Now, it's not going to do you any favors,
No.
I'll tell you that. But you don't have to show your papers. That's just the way it is. So here as a United States citizen, you do not have to walk around with proof that you are a citizen. But if you are not, you can't refuse that you are or aren't. So it's one of these weird things that if you pretend you're a citizen and say, no, I'm a citizen, and use your right to remain silent to not tell them you're not one, then this is where this side is so confusing. Should we leave it the way it is? Is this the point of it? What should be done in the future, tomorrow, and as we're going through this? Adam, I'll give you the first shot on this one. Are we supposed to make ICE more about law enforcement, or are we making ICE more about let them do whatever they want to? Are we going to pull them one direction or just let it go?
My understanding of ICE is that they're a law enforcement agency. And the assurances that we received from the administration from the beginning on Inauguration Day was that they were going to be going after violent criminals. And if that was what was happening, then it would be fine. But unfortunately, that is not what is happening.
Do you think the number of violent criminals has been exaggerated, and that's why they can't find thousands and thousands of violent criminals every day?
I'm not really sure if it was exaggerated or not, but the numbers are showing that they're not just arresting violent criminals, and that they're going in there and they're profiling people and picking up nonviolent people or non-criminals at all.
Or citizens even.
Or citizens even. And we received assurances from the administration from the very beginning that they would be going after violent criminals. And if it stopped there, then it would be okay. But it doesn't stop there. And they are using their authority and overstepping it, in my opinion, to profile and to pick up people that don't agree with them either.
David, I think this is a quota problem. I think what we're really running into is a quota problem. Instead of going, here are some violent criminals, let's go after them surgically, I think they said, go find 50 people in the next hour. I think they've changed their goal. It's no longer violent criminals. It's we need to hit these quotas here so that we have massive numbers for Pam Bondi to go out and parade.
I don't think it's a quota thing. You know, the numbers that they put out last week about the amount of violent criminals that have been actually captured by ICE, and it is about the violent criminals. Unfortunately, some of the nonviolents are getting caught up in the middle of this. And
the ones that at the Home Depot and the ones
or
at the
on Pot Farm in California yesterday. They're working people. But the number, I think, so far of violent criminals they have actually detained and deported are about around 2,500 since this has been started.
Okay.
And I think the numbers are not exaggerated. We have some really bad people in here. And I think they just rounded up about 20 violent Asians. So it's just not, MS-13s or any of the Hispanic or Venezuelan gangs. It's kind of a little bit of every bad people seems to be vetted into our country. And but unfortunately, some of the nonviolents that are here for a better life are getting caught up in the middle of it. So I think personally, honesty, a police officer says when you get pulled over, got anything in your car, be honest with me, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. So if you're actually, and this is my opinion, and this is the way I think it should go, ICE catches, somebody that's not violent, is here for a job. Hey, be honest, tell me you're not, and we'll work with you. And that's where this process should go. We'll work with you. We'll help you become a citizen. We're going to document you. Because like we said, a lot of jobs are coming to this country. And we need people that don't want to work in our country. Or maybe some of these other people are going to work in this country. It's all a part of the process of helping farmers, businesses, factories, and people to fill these job spots.
Cecilia, to Dave's point here, should we put a line? Should there be, because obviously they're getting a list from somewhere, right? ICE is getting a list from somewhere. It just seems to be a lot of that list are people that are showing up for court dates is where they're getting this list from. It's going, oh, okay, well, they have to be here for court? Sure, let's wait around for it. But I think that the issue we're having with this is where do we get public trust back from this side? Do we put a list together and say only violent, like you run their name, run their everything. They don't have a social security number, but you run everything and then go, okay, you don't have any violent, you have a court date next week, blah, blah, blah with it. And just let them go. The catch and release like a normal Terry stop would end up being. But the other thing I cannot get over is these are masked, dressed as paramilitary, and just flooding places. That is not cool in any kind of way. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are the government. I don't care if you are a paramilitary group. I don't care who you are. You don't buy stuff that looks like you went off of Amazon, cover your face, and walk through streets with assault weapons. You just don't. I don't care what maybe patch or thing that you might have bought from wherever. Military is uniformed, and military does not go after American people on American soil. Those two things right there, I am seeing every single day with this. Is there a better way, or is this what we have to get used to now?
No, I definitely think there's a better way to go about this. I mean, unfortunately, it falls on two administrations, this fault. I would say heavily.
Even
the Biden,
before then.
Well, yes, even before
Yes.
then. Yeah, honestly, yes, correct. Even before then. But this is, unfortunately, we're facing now, every single person in this country is now dealing with the repercussions of open border policies, which are detrimental. I always have advocated for legal immigration policies and immigration reform to make that process more streamlined and more efficient, but also advocate for securing our borders. Now we're seeing the repercussions of what happens when we have an open border.
Well, to me, Cecilia, just to point a counterpoint to that for just a second is the repercussions of people coming over the border, not that bad, really, honestly. People come over, immigration come in, people come in. What's it matter to me if it's their paperwork or not their paperwork that's in there? Honestly, as far as a wash, I think they contribute $35 billion in taxes, and they maybe take $40 billion in assistance. So, okay, coming over. It's the cure that I don't like for this right now. I don't mind the symptoms of them coming over. And look, let's figure something out. Let's make it easier, et cetera, et cetera. What I don't like is the solution. This solution right here. I do not like at all. I want the cure. I want to be healthy. I don't want people to come over here. But versus people coming over versus us kicking them out, the us kicking them out is way more violent than them coming over here. It's just my point for
So I think, okay, so this is just a multifaceted issue. And I think it's just generally, in general, it's unfortunate, every single thing that we are in. I think that these people, right, like they're human beings. And at the end of the day, was them coming over illegally wrong? Yes. And is that going to have repercussions? Yes. But I do believe there is a middle ground of, hey, these people, X, Y, and Z, we need to deport X, Y, and Z amount of people. That's fine because for whatever reason, they're violent. I would say we prioritize, for example, terrorist organizations, terrorist affiliations, then extremely violent crime. And then at the very bottom, the people who have been here for decades upon decades, have no violations. And I mean, like, no violations, traffic violations, the most minor innocent people. And because they came over at whatever decades long ago, at this point, it's way too late to say, hey, I'm illegal. Wait, you know? So I do think that's unfortunate too, but I think that there needs to be some system of prioritizing the worst of the worst. Because again, they're not just Mexican immigrants. And
I don't want criminals on the street regardless of who they are.
And I think that that's the other thing too, that the media is, I don't even want to say blowing it out of proportion, but I do think they are fear mongering. I think that the media is also at fault. I think that the administration and the way that this is handled is at fault. I think that the previous administration is also at fault for allowing this to happen. I also believe that the media is at fault for fear-mongering people and for just, I guess what I would say, stirring the pot, honestly. And I think that all three of these giant factors come into play at who is at fault, but now we need to find a way to deal with that. And I do believe there is a different way to go about this.
Okay, I agree with you.
If you put too much water in a water balloon, it will pop.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. And it was too overwhelming for us. We're talking, 300 or probably like 100 million people coming across our border in 4 years.
That's a lot. That's a third of the American
exactly
people.
And a lot of them were getting free handouts, free health care, free insurance, free education, free prepaid cards to live. That's where we had to stop this. And yeah, you got to remember, when Obama was in office, he was doing the exact same thing they're doing today. They're grabbing them off the streets, and he was doing the same thing, putting them in places with aluminum foil blankets and glass cages. And he turned around, and it was the Republicans who wanted to get into the detention centers. They wanted filming. They wanted to see these people, see if they're being treated right. Theatrical. It's happening reverse. Now we got the Democrats screaming about this. And just a little side note is, we had a Democratic administration in Illinois and a Republican governor and a Democratic president, and Governor Rauner made Illinois a sanctuary state, which means you cannot ask for somebody's ID if they're legal or not. It's the reverse effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they pulled it the
Theatrical,
other
isn't it?
direction.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like we'll play your game our way, and then when it's the other way around, they'll do the opposite. You know what I mean? Right. So it's all about, nothing gets done, though. It can't be corrected, and I don't think it ever will be corrected. Adam?
Yeah, to bring back to your point about the people walking around in masks and things like that, there's genuine concerns about democratic backsliding in this country. And when we have the government taking steps like that, it is very concerning.
Especially funding it, too. There's massive amounts of funding just went to ICE as well to militarize it.
And part of why this backsliding is happening is because the Congress has been shirking their duties.
Yes.
They have not done immigration reform comprehensively for a very long time. I don't remember how long it was. I looked it up, but I don't want to say the wrong date on the air here. But when you have the legislative branch that has the constitutional authority to set the policy and say this is what the things are going to be, when you have those people, they're shirking their duties, somebody has to fill that gap. And it tends to be the executive branch.
You're very accurate on that one, sir. It looks like let's see here. I think there's another Sox game on after this. I appreciate your insight on that. We're going to take a quick break here on our side of the world and let everybody come back together. I think the Sox game's starting up here in just a little bit. Here's some WRMN news. We made it to the top of the hour, everybody. Good job. Hooray. Let's see if we can find a game or something. This has been too busy. I'll see what we can find. I don't think it's going to be political math, though. That one was a little rough.
That was real rough.
That one was rough, but we'll see. Stick around on the YouTube side and on the WRMN side if there's no Sox game. You're listening to Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN.
And first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slippers, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slippers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Brought to you by Fidelity. A former DuPage County Sheriff's Officer, Ricardo Hardy, has been convicted of 5 counts each of custodial sexual misconduct and official misconduct, all Class 3 felonies. Hardy, 54, was found guilty of engaging in sexual contact with a female inmate on at least 2 occasions. Aurora Police intensified traffic enforcement in June, targeting intersections with high crash rates and areas notorious for speeding and lane violations. Officers carried out 21 focus details across the city, resulting in 119 traffic stops, issuing 114 citations and 17 warnings. Saturday, July 19th, Kane County hosted its annual recycling extravaganza at 540 South Randall Road in St. Charles from 8 a.m. until noon. Residents can drop off electronics, bikes, car seats, and more, but a particular highlight is paint recycling, which will take place at Station 8.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
This summer with Kohl's, you can rack up the compliments. Like, where'd you get that dress? Tell me all your makeup secrets. Or, ooh, my husband needs that polo in every color. Because Kohl's has what you need. Cute dresses, Sephora essentials, stylish polos, comfy kids clothes, and more. Plus, take 20% off some of your faves. Yep, cue the compliments with Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends July 20th. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 85. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Looking ahead to tomorrow, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 85. Currently, it is 87 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hello, America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is A Political Talk Show with me, Dennis Sonar Green. Thanks for being here. Those of you on YouTube, you've been with me for a while with the Free Speech Friday panel. We started around 4 o'clock. You can always rewind that, and once we're done with this stream, it will be available on YouTube. So look back on that one. We've got a great Free Speech Friday panel coming up. But let me talk to you a little bit about the show itself. Here on A Political Talk Show, we like to be open to all of the different political spectrum that is out there. We welcome anybody with ideas as long as they are good faith arguments and they are backed by facts. We love your feelings. We love you, audience. But at the end of the day, we have to do policy off of facts, not off of feelings. And that's something that we have to keep in mind a lot. Here at A Political Talk Show, we do a lot of that. There are a lot of facts, even to the point where, yes, it does sometimes sound like a lecture. Yes, sometimes it does sound like a sermon. Yes, it does sound like I am talking down to you, but I'm trying not to, honestly. We want to make sure here at A Political Talk Show that news doesn't live in a vacuum. Headlines don't just appear and disappear. We have movers, we have shakers, we have markets, we have systems, all of the different things that combine into what we are doing. Now, are there stronger threads than others? Yes. Here in the United States, we are a republic. So we should frame everything from a Republican value, not the Republican Party value. Thank you very much. The Republican value. Civic republicanism is what this country was founded on. And if you don't like it, okay, you want to go to the Democratic side, civic republicanism is just as close to Jeffersonian democracy, if you like those words better. It's just one of those things that we've lost our ability to communicate with each other. We've lost the ability to agree on the objective world. There aren't just facts, there are alternative facts. There's not just information, there's misinformation. I've never met her before. I heard she sounds nice. But here on Apolitical Talk Show, we want to make sure that you are invited to disagree with us. You are invited to take our ideas and move them around in your own head for a little bit. This is all about more of a self-discovery of what you believe, and let's shake off some of those parrots and some of those thoughts that the pundits gave us, and let's have our own opinions. So people that have their opinions, of course, are here on the Free Speech Friday panel. I'm going to go ahead and bring over the camera. Let me go over to it. Where is me? There we are. So we've got the Free Speech Friday panel here. Let's start with our newest panel member. That would be Adam Pauly. Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
We've also got a reoccurring guest. It's usually here on Fridays. That, of course, is Mr. David Tees. Thank you, sir, for being here as well. And just off camera, coming on to stage right now, give it up for Cecilia Brooks over here. I tried to stall as much as I could.
I have to say, this is the fastest I've ever seen anybody eat a gyro. This tiny little young lady ate the largest gyro as fast as she could. Oh, my Lord.
That thing was as big as you, so shout out to that place across the street. I'm going to go there after this.
The shawarma stop over there, of course.
Sponsor me, shawarma.
Are you happy now?
I'm so happy.
How was it?
I was telling Sonar that my coworkers, I'm going to work after this to tend the bar, and my coworkers are in extreme danger if I have not eaten before I get into my shift. I'm like,
just eating lemons in the background. Gotta get something.
What happened to all those blue cheese olives? I don't know, man. I don't know anything about that.
Sorry, no cherries for the kitty cocktails. Cecilia with stems hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, that thing was as big as you.
Yeah.
That was actually, I would have to say, that was 11 out of 10. That hit everything that I needed to.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into it, guys.
Hey, before we do that,
go
you
ahead.
want to let people know what we just talked about?
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess from 4:45 till 11 p.m., we are under a tornado watch. This covers all the way from past Rockford to southern Illinois, 3/4 of Wisconsin, all the way to Chicago. So we are under a tornado watch from 4:45 until 11 p.m. tonight. So be prepared. Get some stuff ready in case you got to get down in the basement. The dogs downstairs, some dog food, water, and our transistor radio in case something does happen. So be safe out there, guys.
Absolutely. We're seeing if the Sox also have a game as well.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Hopefully that doesn't get rained out. If we could, before we get started, we are on the air now and not just the YouTube side like we had before. Mr. Pauly, would you mind telling everybody who you are as well?
Yes. First of all, thank you for having me on your
you're very
program.
welcome.
Yeah, I've never been on the radio before. My name's Adam Pauly. I hail from Aurora. I'm the vice president of the regional school board. I just got done with 2 years being its president. I was the youngest person in Illinois history to lead a regional school board. I've been doing government work, elected and appointed, for the last 8 years, and I do a lot of work with mental health and addiction as well. I'm on our Aurora Township 708 board, the Overdose Task Force, the Overdose Case Review Board. I volunteer out of the coroner's office. I'm all over the place with that. So. And it's very personal. It's very important. So that's one of the things I really work on here.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Cecilia, you met Adam at the Young Republicans.
Is that where you met?
Where did we technically meet? Yeah, so we met through the Young Republicans.
I think, yeah. And I saw you at county board once or twice, too. You remember that?
Yes.
About a year ago?
Back in the day. So back in the day, yes, Adam, Mr. Polly, do you mind if I... So Mr. Polly used to be a Kane County Young Republican, and so that's how Adam and I had actually connected back in last year. And we had crossed paths at a few county board meetings that I was speaking at and that Adam was also at. And then we kind of just connected, hit it off, and became friends after that. And really just building our connection because I always have the utmost amount of respect for the work that he does.
Yeah, our very first time meeting, we were actually both speaking. It was the June or July county board meeting, and I'm always the shepherd for the Pride resolution. I'm the guy that talks to them and reminds them to do it every year. And I was one of the speakers then, and this year too. And I think that was where we first...
our very first time.
Yeah, you were wearing all your American stuff. I remember that.
Showed up patriotic in the morning, 9 a.m.
Was he wearing that shirt where you turn around and say, I got to be friends with this guy because that's a cool shirt? It is a cool shirt.
SpongeBob
It is a cool shirt.
SpongeBob.
And they're doing postage stamps. You can pre-order your postage stamps, and you can get them August 1st at the post office.
Oh.
Get your SpongeBob stamps.
I remember that back as a kid. I was glued to Nickelodeon because they were having the concert for the Kids' Choice Awards. And then after that was going to be the premiere of a new show about a square sponge who lived under the sea. So it was great. Pretty good concert. I think it was Britney Spears' concert. So it was okay. It was,
May
it was
1st, 1999, the first day it appeared on
That's
the TV.
it. I watched that whole thing. We all sat around.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to play one of our favorite games here at A Political Talk Show. It's going to be, Is It in the Constitution? Yay!
Yeah, watch out. I'm really good at this shit.
I'm going to be giving our panel a series of quotes, 2 quotes, in fact, and they will tell me if those, which one of those 2 things is in the Constitution. Here we go. Number 1, panel, and you can work as a team. It's okay.
No phones.
No phones, please. No phones. No phones.
Yeah, no phones.
Here it is. Here's your pair. Is Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Which one of those phrases is in the Constitution?
First one.
First one.
Which one you got?
First one.
First one is correct. Congratulations. I should probably make these harder.
He's pretty smart if he's answering them fast here.
We've got, let's see here. No state shall deny any person within the jurisdiction the equal protection of laws, or we have innocent until proven guilty.
Still the first one.
First one.
Which one do we got on that one? The first one is correct. That is in the Constitution. So we've talked about due process in things. So let's get one more that's in here. We've got government of the people, by the people, for the people, or we have the president shall be commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy of the United States. Which one is in the Constitution?
2.
First.
2.
T says the first one, government of the people, by the people, for the people. And then we've got the other 2 that say the president shall be the commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy of the United States. It only mentions the Army and the Navy.
There was no Air Force back then.
No.
Or Space Force.
That is Article 2, Section 2, President shall be Commander-in-Chief of the Army and the Navy.
Yeah, the other one's the Declaration of Independence.
The other one of government of the people, by the people, for the people is Lincoln's Gettysburg Address.
Oh, yeah. That's
is it?
That's okay.
I don't know if I would have gotten that either.
Wow. That hurt.
Actually, who said that?
Let's see here. We've got all men are created equal, or no title of nobility shall be granted by the United States.
2.
2.
1.
1. We've got a few twos. Well, number one, all men are created equal, was from Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence. The no title of nobility shall be granted to the United States comes from Article 1, Section 9. Article 1, as those of you that are playing at home, is dealing with the Congress. Article 2, as we spoke with earlier about the Army and the Navy, is, of course, that executive branch. We've got the Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments, or we have the right to privacy.
One.
Yes, you are correct. The right to privacy is just an implied doctrine. There is no exact term for that. We're going to hit a quick break. When this outstanding panel comes back, we'll see if they can survive round 2. Stick around. More Apolitical Talk Show coming up after this.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM. 866-509-TERM.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
If you're struggling to pay rent or utility bills, help is available through the Kane County Homeless Prevention Program. Eligible tenants and landlords can receive assistance with up to 12 months of past due rent or utilities, future rent, and security deposits. To qualify, your household income must be at or below 80% of the area median income and meet additional criteria such as risk of eviction or recent income loss. You must currently reside in Kane County and not have received similar aid for the same time period. Apply online at zoomgrants.com by July 31st. For help applying, contact Kim Lovely at 630-444-1231 or Brittany Garcia at 630-232-5871. Se habla español. Welcome back to Apolitical Talk Show on WRMN. Don't forget that you can always go to WRMN1410.com and live stream the stream that's over there streaming. It's also on your favorite streaming device, whether that's your phone or possibly one of those smart speakers. Let's see if we can get somebody today. I only do it about once a week. Here we go. Alexa, play WRMN 1410. Hopefully I got somebody out there. Somebody's kitchen or something. Go ahead, Mr. T.
My mom has her TV on, so hey, Echo, turn on WRMN.
It's fun times to mess with people like that. So we are continuing. Is it in the Constitution? And this round, I'm not entirely sure the panel is ready for. The last ones were pretty easy. So, of course, we had to step it up to level 2. And here we go. In the Constitution, does it say... Which one is this in the Constitution? No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law? Or does the Constitution say no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness without due process of the law?
It's a trick question.
It is. Here we go. Here's the first one. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, or no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness without due process of the law.
One.
Our panel has struck gold again. They grabbed it. Property is what is in there. The pursuit of happiness is only in the Declaration of Independence and not in the Constitution. Although Jefferson did try to put that in there, was to have that.
We got to get us on the screen here.
Yeah, we've got somebody on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Are you complaining? Sorry. Let's go. Here we are. There they are. There's the rest of the panel. These aren't just voices in my head.
Or are they?
Here we go for another stumper. The Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land, or the Constitution and all federal laws shall be the supreme law of the land without exception.
One.
Once again, Article 6, Clause number 2, the Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. That's it. That's the number 1. Good job, everybody. Good to see you out there. Stay dry. It's coming. It's coming, guys.
It's starting to get a little dark.
If you do need a warm place to go, the bar is open, and I will make you a mean martini. Thank you.
Here we go. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a democratic form of government, or the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government.
Two.
That's right. We are a republic. Thank you very much for going into that. Here we go. I've got some questions for you all. Which article of the Constitution establishes the legislative branch? And if you were paying attention to the last segment, you would know that.
Article 1.
Article 2.
Article 1 is right. Article 1. Article 2 does the executive. Article 3 is the judicial. And I believe Article 4 is the state.
The question before the one we just had, what year did we switch from a republic to a Republican Democratic party side?
Oh, well, we've been republic the whole time.
Well,
since
yeah,
the
but
founding.
Just the founding, but I thought it changed in 1860.
In 1860,
That's where we got a Democratic side and a Republican side.
So what we ended up with is the Democratic Republican split.
Yeah,
is what ended up happening. Though I believe it was the Whigs that fell apart, and the Federalists were there too. Go ahead. Yeah.
The elites of the Federalist Party and the Democratic Republicans were once one party. I love telling people this. Once the one party system, and they didn't like the Federalists, and that's why they were saying we the people deserve to not be governed by only the elites. And then Federalists fell apart. Democratic Republicans split over one major issue. Well, a few major issues.
One of the greatest movies that did a lot about our American history was National Treasures.
Yeah.
If you've never seen that movie, go out and see it because, wow, you learned a lot of history in that movie.
Yeah, we're actually in our 4th party system
With the way of going
with
through.
the way the parties are, yeah.
We spoke about that earlier this week when we broke down the 3 different iterations of Democrats, from New Deal Democrats to the neo-lib with Clinton, and now this newest Gen Z and everything else side. And I believe it was last Friday we did it for the Republicans as well. We did Lincoln Republicans, we did Reagan Republicans, and MAGA Republicans, and how the differences are from there. Ever since the 90s, unfortunately, we have been sliding more towards neoliberalism. And this is where you get your trickle-down economics. This is where you get your deregulation of everything, hands-off government. Look, I understand small government, but government is supposed to be there to protect your rights, and it should be just as big to do that. And sometimes it's not. More apolitical talk show floating around. It's already the bottom of the hour. Stick around. That weather report is going to happen as well. Hop on into the chat. It's already popping off. Cheryl says, hi, Cecilia. And hi, everyone.
Hi, Cheryl.
It's good to see you all there. Jump in on the text line, 505-926-1410. I also got somebody on the phone line that we'll get to after this break. You're listening to Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Brought to you by Fidelity. A former DuPage County Sheriff's Officer, Ricardo Hardy, has been convicted of 5 counts each of custodial sexual misconduct and official misconduct, all Class 3 felonies. Hardy, 54, was found guilty of engaging in sexual contact with a female inmate on at least 2 occasions. Aurora Police intensified traffic enforcement in June, targeting intersections with high crash rates and areas notorious for speeding and lane violations. Officers carried out 21 focus details across the city, resulting in 119 traffic stops, issuing 114 citations and 17 warnings. Saturday, July 19th, Kane County hosted its annual recycling extravaganza at 540 South Randall Road in St. Charles from 8 a.m. until noon. Residents can drop off electronics, bikes, car seats, and more, but a particular highlight is paint recycling, which will take place at Station 8.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
This summer with Kohl's, you can rack up the compliments. Like, where'd you get that dress? Tell me all your makeup secrets. Or, ooh, my husband needs that polo in every color. Because Kohl's has what you need. Cute dresses, Sephora essentials, stylish polos, comfy kids clothes, and more. Plus, take 20% off some of your faves. Yup, cue the compliments with Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends July 20th. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. A tornado watch is in effect for the listening area until 11 p.m. this evening. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms before midnight, then showers and thunderstorms likely. Some of the storms could be severe, mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 85. Currently, it is 86 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
What's the best place to shop this summer? Macy's. It's our first ever Star Deals Week. 6 full days of store-wide savings on everything you want. From shorts and swim to fine jewelry, all up to 50% off. Plus, home updates from Hotel Collection, Green Pan, and more, up to 60% off. Not only that, shop Macy's.com for new flash deals every day that everyone will love. No membership required. So don't miss Star Deals Week and Sunday at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I am joined by Adam Pauly, Cecilia Brooks, and David Tees, all part of our Free Speech Friday panel today. We got all the seriousness done on YouTube earlier. I don't know if you guys were a part of it or there, but all the serious stuff already happened. So we're just sitting here playing some games, some constitutional games. We love to test our panel because our panel loves to flex. That's really what it is. Yeah. Is they're just here to go, yep, that's in the Constitution, and we know it. So
can I say something really
ahead,
quickly,
buddy.
sir? Okay, so I said I would do this a little bit later. The Greater Elgin area Republicans get into gear will be this Saturday, July 12th, at Emily's Mexican Grill. That is a great Mexican restaurant. I love their food there. It's the only place I go to, which will be on 818 South McLean Boulevard, Elgin, Illinois. It will be from 6 to 9 p.m. Come on in, sit down. It's a grassroots social group. This is not a political meeting or nothing. It's for everybody, no matter what party you are, what you do. Come on down. We sit down. We have some food, we drink, and we talk, and we have fun, and we socialize. It's a place where we can all come together and just have some fun with Donald Puckett.
What's the address on there again?
818 South McLean Boulevard. It's on the corner of College Green Drive and South McLean Boulevard. Great food there. If you've never eaten there, please show up, have some food. Support an Elgin local business.
That's it. And also to be civically minded, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about the Founding Fathers, which we do often here on this show, they met in bars.
Yeah. That's how, I think that's how we won our Revolutionary War.
Absolutely. That's also how some of them won the presidency too, handing out pints for people.
Liquid
pints
courage.
For votes. Exactly. Which day is that again there, Dave?
That would be Saturday, July 12th. That'd be this Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Head on over to Emily's Mexican Grill, 818 South McLean Boulevard. That's the place.
I will be there in spirit, so I look forward to seeing you all in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun. You guys get a good a dozen or so people, if not
had
more.
26 at our last function where we got together, and there were people from Carpentersville, Carroll Stream. We had a lot of people that come in.
Did you guys all break off into communication, or did you just have like a lecture or something?
There's no lectures. We all just sat at a big table, and everybody just ate and talked and drank and socialized.
Hey.
And then the day was Trump's birthday, so the group from Carroll Stream that came in heard about us. We all sat there and sang happy birthday to Donald Trump. It was his birthday, and then we all went home to watch the parade.
That's fun. That's a great day right there.
Yeah.
Emily's Mexican Grill is over there by the Moose Lodge, too, if you are headed that direction, or if you're like me and navigate through landmarks. Turn over there on Kimball. Which one? The BP. Over. Oh, okay. Got it. That's where it is. Thank you, panel, for being here. I've got a few other questions for you. Let's see if you can answer them. We've been talking about some of the quotes that are here. Now, instead of picking the right one, you're going to tell me where this quote lives in the Constitution. Round 3 begins now. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. Which part of the Constitution was that? Article 1, the Bill of Rights, the preamble, or Article 5?
The preamble.
The preamble.
That's the preamble. That's right. They've got a whole Schoolhouse Rock song about it. If you start even just the We, the people of the United States, you don't even get to United States before Elliot from the morning show is already singing the rest of that song. So we've also got this. Which amendment states Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion? Which amendment is that, panel? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
That's the Bill of Rights.
That's in the Bill of Rights, absolutely. So we've narrowed it down to 10.
That's the First Amendment.
Nailed it. First Amendment. Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Which, to me, I bring this up quite a few times. We get freedom from religion before we get freedom of religion, if you look at the way that that sentence is structured. But this isn't grammar class. This is socioeconomics. So here we go. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed is found in which amendment?
The second.
Second Amendment.
There you go. I knew they would get it. Softballs around here. Which part of the Constitution establishes the executive branch? We talked about Article 1 being the Congress. We've already talked about the article. Article dos, that's it. Article 2, again, comes in for that executive branch, which nowhere in that second article does it say anything about tariffs. I just wanted to point that out. Just wanted to set it out there. There's nothing in fact, in Article 1, before that happens, it totally says it a couple times.
Give it time.
Which amendment abolished slavery?
Wow.
13.
18. Oh.
Adam nailed it right off the bat. 13th Amendment. Unless what?
Involuntary servitude for crime.
Yes, unless it is for crime. If you are a criminal, then slavery is still legal for you in the 13th Amendment. Don't believe me? Read it. Which constitutional principle is described here? Powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. This clause gives the federal government limited power, with the state getting everything that the federal government doesn't get. It's a certain clause. It's either the Supremacy Clause, the 10th, I'm sorry, it is not a clause. My bad. It just gave me a bunch of clauses. Supremacy Clause, Necessary and Proper Clause, 10th Amendment and hinted in the 4th article, or Full Faith and Credit Clause.
Option.
Could you read the
number
thing?
3?
Let me read it to you again. It's a little confusing. Sorry. I watched as much Alex Trebek as I possibly could before we got in here. Powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. This is either the Supremacy Clause, the Necessary and Proper Clause, the 10th Amendment, or the Full Faith and Credit Clause.
The 10th Amendment.
10th Amendment.
It is absolutely the 10th Amendment. Yeah. That's it. Also, if you read the 4th Amendment, it's in there too. They just wanted to make sure it was doubly down on the 10th Amendment. Here we go. We're talking about articles again. We've already talked about Article 1. We've talked about Article 2. We've talked about amendments. But which article establishes the judicial branch?
3.
Left over, that's 3 right off the bat. And we've got another amendment question before we go to break. And here it is in this lightning round you guys have been running through. The phrase, No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law is found in which amendment? I've got 4th, 5th, 8th, and 14th at your disposal here.
4th.
4th. Yeah.
4th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 14th Amendment. It is the 5th Amendment, where it
One
is.
away.
No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process.
And a speedy fair trial. Is that?
Speedy fair trial, I think it's.
Is that 4th too? Okay.
I think it's 6. I gotta check.
So 4th.
I thought it was.
Okay, while he's looking at that,
There we
guys,
go.
we have a bunch of little pop-up storms.
Good.
One about ready to hit.
Get 'em out
Elgin.
there.
And there's a lot of stuff coming in from Iowa. Everything is heading north. So it is a rapid moving storm. So probably in a little bit, we're going to get hit here in Elgin by another little system. And then it's going to be like little pop-ups. So watch yourselves out there, please.
So
4th Amendment is no search and seizure.
5th Amendment is no right to no self-incrimination.
And grand jury and due process.
Okay.
And then 6th is speedy trial. For that one, and to be confronted, to confront your accused for that one as well. So all kinds of fun stuff over here. I believe we talked about it earlier. Let's see here. Let's move that one. We already did the supremacy. Let's see here. Which article states this? The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. Where does that live in the Constitution? This thing right here.
Article 1.
Cato Institute, by the way, if you want to.
What did you
check
say?
them out.
Article 1?
Article 1.
Article 1, that's right, because it deals with the entire Congress, not just the one that we think is the House of Representatives. That's usually what we go, Congress, do your job. There's a lot of senators not doing their job, too. Thank you very much, panel. You've passed with flying colors. I think you guys got easily 90 to 95% of all of these right. Your superstar on the team, though, is already over here.
Well, he just got out of school not too long ago. Me, I'm like 25 years away from school. I mean, being out of school, wow.
Well, I'm a nerd, and, as an elected official, we take the oath to preserve, protect, defend, so you got to know what's in there.
It's
All
very
I see
true.
are green flags.
That's why I carry one around, is that amazing oath that was there. Hey, bonus round, give you one more. Which amendment guarantees equal protection under the law? We've got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Equal protection under the law. In fact, I'll even give you another hint. This amendment has been brought up in the news quite often.
Well, that's 14.
14th Amendment, that's right. Equal protection under the law as long as you are under the jurisdiction thereof. Stick around. More apolitical talk show coming up. Well, okay, fine. We'll talk about the news. Stick around. More WRMN coming up.
Indexed or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety test as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. 10 minutes to the top of the hour here on WRMN. You're listening to a political talk show with me, Dennis Sonar Green, and some of my friends here for the Apolitical Talk Show Free Speech Friday panel. Thank you very much, friends, for being here.
Hello.
Those of you that are all on the YouTube side of things, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons over there. If you like to be bothered by things, hit that notification bell too. We'll only bother you when we go live. That's it, I promise. Maybe when we post something on there too. Okay, fine. We might bother you a little. But if you'd like to be bothered by us, go ahead and hit that bell and you'll get pop-ups every single time. Thank you. Great Foley artist. Good job.
And I don't know who Brendan is, but he wants us to say hi to him.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Oh, Brendan's a great guy.
there.
You'll love Brendan.
Live, laugh, love Brendan.
It's actually somebody we know.
Yeah.
He's actually a listener.
Oh, cool.
He's out there. He's listening and watching us right now.
He definitely has
Maybe
that,
we're watching you, Brendan.
He definitely has that notification bell already done. Hey, let's talk about clowns for a second. Clowns Without Borders calls to end labeling President Trump a clown. Tim Cunningham, board president of Clowns Without Borders, criticizes the comparison of Donald Trump to clowns, stating it diminishes the sacred art form of clowning. Cunningham emphasizes the need for a better metaphor, stating, "Let's find a better metaphor to despise and depose fascism," in his op-ed in the Washington Post. Cunningham organizes Clowns Without Borders, aims to perform clown shows for communities in hardships, including those affected by conflict. What do you think about this? Should anybody use the pejorative clown as a pejorative, right?
Wow.
Because there are real clowns out there.
Yeah, well, I thought we were talking about Elliot at first, and then you just jumped over to Trump. I was like, wow.
I was thinking about my ex.
Oh, Lord.
Obviously, pejoratives don't get anybody anywhere, right? But I don't see the jerks without borders like stepping up.
That's a real thing?
Yes, Clowns Without Borders is a real organization.
Yeah, it's I don't know too much about them, but you know what? Everybody needs to laugh out there. I mean, clowns make people laugh, and yeah, I got to look more into Clowns Without Borders.
That was not on my bingo card for today.
Welcome to Free Speech Friday, sir.
I thought this was going to be in somewhat relation to Doctors Without Borders, and then I just didn't know where we were going.
Right?
With it.
Clowns Without Borders.
And then I was like, maybe they advocate for immigration reform, but no, it was neither of the two.
The word that somebody has offered instead of clowns was buffoon, I think, if you wanted to swap them out for it. But again, I'm not one to throw all of those pejoratives around. I don't think Donald Trump is a clown. Do I think he's a fascist? Absolutely, but that's not a pejorative. That's a fact. So, well, you know what?
Talking about my daddy.
Walks like I was told nobody says that. I was told nobody uses that. Nobody really uses that. So all kinds of different fun things that are over there. Hey, a California woman was flooded with a bunch of unwanted packages. It seems like Amazon was just throwing packages over and over and over. Let me see if I can pull it up on our screen.
Was it the same package, or
no?
was
It was multiple packages. Let me see if I can find it. It doesn't seem to be on my screen here.
Wow.
What was in those packages?
Right. That really depends.
Well, actually, there's a picture of it on a.
This is it here. It was a bunch of packages, right?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Wow, you can fill a U-Haul up.
Packages upon packages. San Jose resident who wanted to remain anonymous said each box contains faux leather car seat covers from different brands sold by a Chinese Amazon seller. The woman's address was apparently listed as the company's address for returns. The online seller reviews are filled with complaints about seat covers not fitting, the high cost of returns, and failure to receive refunds. Oftentimes, what it costs to return it is about much more than 50% of what they paid for it, the woman told KGO-TV. Plus, these customers aren't getting their money back. She said the package continued to pour in despite Amazon's repeated assurances to fix the issue. Quote, "We've apologized to the customer and are working directly with her to pick up any packages while taking steps to permanently resolve the issue," Amazon said. I don't know who Amazon is. That person, is it Mr. Amazon, Mrs. Amazon, Jeffrey Amazon? I don't know.
I hope she's getting a stipend.
Exactly.
Off the clock, but still working.
Just to go to prove to you that corporations are people too, they have quotes. What do you guys think about this? It's been a while since we've had one of these insightful questions. If you could have your address mixed up for the return address of somebody else's stuff, what would you pick? What company? If you were the return address for a certain company. Now, granted, most of the stuff you're getting is busted.
U.S. gold. Okay, yeah. They can send me all the gold over to my house.
The return on that one. I see it.
It's a good one. I don't know.
I know your answer.
Probably something for it's not raw milk, I promise.
Yeah, you can't put milk in the mail.
No. Ew.
The milk and mailman.
I thought you were going to go with ramen noodles.
You want to get the Euros mailed to your house.
Yeah.
The Euro Express.
People send over their broken Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Oh, Bitcoin doesn't work. I'll send it over to me. I'll take care of it for you.
I think the Chase Claims Department.
That's it. Hey, we've seen on the White House a few times that the president has been transformed into different things. One of the most disturbing, of course, was when he wore the crown and the other things. But it wasn't a picture when him as a king. Don't say it was a picture of the king. It was he wore a crown and he had a scepter, but he was just a really cool dude at the time. Now he is dressed as Superman for the Superman movie. In our quick time that's here, is it okay to put our president on things like just superimpose his face on all kinds of stuff? Just everywhere?
It's giving Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Is it okay to just do all that?
A lot of
stuff
people
like that?
Photoshop themselves. I don't see a problem with it if it's a president or if it's any politician or even you.
Yeah, me,
you can put you can be your face on Superman.
See, me, it's silly. I'm a radio host.
I think it's fine to profit off of someone's face, but I think that that's their choice. Personally, do I buy the face? No, because I prefer my own. But
Adam, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Appreciate that. We've got a Superman Donald Trump NFT on the way over for you. It's collector's item is what I've heard. Thank you all for being here. Fun times all around. I hope Adam comes back with us.
Yes.
That's Adam Pauley. Where could people find you out there in the world, Adam?
I hail from Aurora. I'm the gentleman from Aurora.
The gentleman from Aurora, the Renaissance man
Got a
from
website,
Aurora.
email address.
Social
That's
media.
the guy, social media. Adam Pauley.
I mean, you can find me on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook.
Thanks all for being here. Cecilia Brooks and David Tees were also here with us today. And you. Hey, some socks are coming up later, I guess.
Yeah.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk.
Hey, thanks, YouTube. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being there, especially those that stuck around for the entire time. That was fun. It was a great time with you. And stick around for more WRMN coming up. But the YouTube is going to shut down until mañana. Tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock, we will have the On the Rise and start our sports programming. Stick around for more WRMN on the stick, though. That's where all of the fun sport things and I don't think we're going to get any politics tonight, but we'll definitely get another game if the rain stays away. Thanks a lot for being there. Like and subscribe on your way out. Leave a comment and subscribe for more and all that other jazz. See you.
Go Sox.